quantum leaping is a subject that I don't even fully understand. I've read books on quantum physics. I've tried to study it as much as I possibly can, spoken to people who are way far ahead of this journey than I am, and have came to multiple different conclusions. And what I've really realized is when nothing seems to be working out, that's when the most things behind the scenes are happening. So for those of you guys that haven't read Reality Transurfing, go ahead and read the book. For those of you guys that haven't read Untethered Soul by Michael Singer, go ahead and read the book. Books aren't going to give you everything though. Books will give you some sort of direction, and they will clear up some misconceptions and altering thoughts that you might think you have, to put in a pretty easy language. And so quantum leaping, by definition, reading it here, is the drastic identity shift from within, so powerful that it causes you to take excessive action extrinsically, I think that's the word, towards your goal or dream life, and then things line up at a very quick pace. So the act of quantum leaping is something that I have experienced before. I'm going to personally give you guys a testament, not even mentioning anybody else, not even factoring in all these other people that have told me stories and testaments. I'm simply just going to tell you my experience with it and why I think you should think and look into this stuff a lot more. This stuff is super valuable in my opinion, and I really think it gets you one step closer to truly understanding how we function and how things actually work. Now, at this point, you probably embodied the feelings of becoming the person that you want to be. So in order to begin quantum jumping, well, what I've heard, what I've tried, and what has actually worked for me was understanding where I want to be as far as point B goes. So to say very easily, to give you guys a quick monetary sort of goal or whatever, back when I really primarily was on TikTok in 2021, I was posting a lot of just comedic content and funny content and stuff like that, and like religious content. And I had this goal when I started that I wanted to have a huge following. And the point B was just a huge following. I didn't even know what number it was. I don't even think I quantified it. I wasn't even that serious about it. And so when I started, what I noticed is that every single day, I loved it. I enjoyed it. I was grateful, and I was thankful that I had the opportunity to post on TikTok. I don't even know why I felt this. And to be completely honest with you, this is coming from me. I don't know why I even got on TikTok in the first place. I think I was just bored. And I think that it was something that I just saw and wanted to do. Now, when you're quantum jumping, I'm going to get there in a second, it's something that happens very quickly. So the outer world and people around you are going to say, how did this happen? You got lucky. It's an overnight success. But what they didn't see was the months, weeks, and years prior to this event, what was occurring in your identity. And you have to have a full identity shift. And so the second I started getting some traction on TikTok, I remember identifying very, very closely with somebody who had a lot of huge following. And I put the intention behind every single video that I made that I was going to have a huge following and that I already had it. And in about 15, 16, 17 days, I grew like 40,000 followers. And then in the next 2 weeks, I grew another 90,000 followers. And I ended up, after all of that, probably about around 150,000 followers on TikTok. Now, speaking about it right now, it's nothing crazy. There's a lot of people with those numbers. And quite frankly, those numbers don't really mean anything to me unless I had an impact, which I really didn't, if I'm being honest here. But the entire point of it, and my entire lesson behind this, is that when nothing seems to be working out, that's when everything behind the scenes is working. Now, when we have the intention, we set it, point B, wherever we want to go, and then we're taking the daily actions to get there, because point B is so far off from where you're at right now, there has to be drastic changes. And we know for every action, there's an opposite or equal reaction. I said that right. And so if we really focus on what we're doing every single day, we have to come to the conclusion that things aren't going to line up on purpose. And those are blessings in disguise because they keep you on the same track. And a lot of things, when I'm another testament here, I've signed clients that were really bad. I didn't know it until a few months after, and then I learned different things about them. And so when I signed them, I was completely blind because all I cared about was the money. And so when I signed them, I was just kind of, this is good, this is good, this is good. And then a lot of stuff happened during the relationship and serving them, and they were bad clients. And so they offboarded. Months later, I came to realize a lot of things that I'm not going to speak about here, but I thought, holy crap, that entire time after they onboarded, I was so in my head, like, what's wrong with the service or program? Like, what am I possibly doing wrong? But in reality, no one did anything wrong here. They came into my life for a reason. Chapters are read and chapters end. And that's why it happens, because you can't see what's happening. That's the entire damn point. You're not supposed to see what's happening. And the only stuff I can grasp is what I see with my eyes, because I don't know what every single energy field holds, if that makes sense. So spending the time doing the thing and spending the time taking the necessary steps and failures are going to lead you to your dream life. My dream life, I've already established it of where I want to be, how I want to be, and what I want to do. And so I've nailed it down to the traits of who I have to become and what's going to lead me there. Now, I don't have all my ducks in a row. When I first started this journey a few years ago, I did door-to-door sales. I thought that was going to get me a lot of money. It didn't. But then that led me into digital marketing. A lot of you guys already know my story about blog posts, how I was 2 decades late to the party, affiliate marketing, MLMs, things like that, network marketing. And so I came to the conclusion that every single time I passed one of those checkpoints, I felt good because I understood that I was getting closer to my desired goal. And if you really want the life, and if you really want to quantum leap, my biggest piece of advice, even for myself that I'm implementing every single day, is to embody the traits of the person that you have. The person already has a thing. Like with this channel, I wanted to have millions of subscribers. And right now, I'm giving out the value that would be comfortable to give out to 1 million people, 2 million people, 3 million people, millions of people, hundreds of millions of people. And so with the delusion mindset of thinking that this is going to work and this is that reality, my lifeline lines up with it. And I know it sounds hippy-dippy. I know it sounds like it's super far up and things are not going to do that. But after I personally saw success, even just with that minor TikTok account, it wasn't anything huge. When I saw my followers jump up 40, 50,000 followers in like 3 days, I knew there's something to it. And that stuff, the feelings around that and the excitement and the understanding and like the, oh my gosh, it's just like, this is happening to me. And it's not even anything that crazy. That's not even the crazy thing that's going to happen. That's nowhere near the crazy thing that's going to happen. But still having that experience and knowing how quickly reality can change was enough for me to understand. And so I think that in of itself was a lesson, was a little bit of a testament to myself, showing me that you still have it in you. Like you have it in you. You are going to be the one that creates whatever you want at the end of the day. People are going to see this video years down the line. I'm so convinced of it. They're going to see this video years down the line. And they're going to say, how did I get to XYZ position? Well, I treated myself as if I was already in XYZ position. And I asked myself, what the hell did I do to get here? And then I did just that. And so showing up daily on YouTube, nobody really wants to do. A lot of people can't do that because they simply just seek too much excitement. They think that this is going to be some like crazy thing, and they put a wish on a flower and throw it out the window, and that's not how it works. You have to go every single day, implementing different actions, implementing different things, trying new things out, taking, I think it's called divine intention, taking that and running with it. And if it doesn't work out and you fall flat on your face, thank yourself for doing that because you tried it. And now you know. And like it's now one step closer. Like when bad things happen, when clients offboard, when a sales call, goes really bad, when I have a bad experience with somebody, when I have a bad day, I'm ultimately, and it took me so long to get to this point, I'm ultimately actually somewhat thankful deep down because I know that for every action there's an opposite and equal reaction. And I know that these times and what's happening right now, if it's super negative, is just a part of the story. You have to have it. And that means I'm getting really close to my desired outcome. And so then you just have to have peace. And so this even like, a lot of you guys think that you just have to double your workload, wake up earlier, work on the business more, do different things, do XYZ. It's not that. I worked for 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day throughout the end of high school, so long for my online business, editing, marketing, talking, cold calls, cold emails, not cold calls, I never did that. Cold emails, cold outbounds, IGDMs, like everything, YouTube, you name it. I worked a lot. I would get up at 5, work from 5 to 7, go to school. I'd be working during school, wouldn't pay too much attention to my classes. During lunch, I'd go to my car and I'd sleep because I was tired. And then during the afternoon, worked, got home, worked, I quit track my senior year to do business. So there's so much things that you think you have to do that are going to line up to get you there. What if I told you it was a lot easier than that? And it wasn't until I actually started pushing back on the workload, focusing on what I can do every single day that's going to give me the most results, and then acting out of the places if I already have the thing. Like if I want to make $100,000 a month, it's like you just have to match the frequency. The reason why I believe that I pretty much blew up on TikTok, the reason why I'm still referencing this is because it's probably one of the biggest driving home factors that would make sense. And I think in today's day and age, TikTok, I think the reason why I hit those numbers really quickly, 100,000 followers, 150,000 followers within like 2 months, month and a half when I really got started. The reason why I hit that is because I believe every single day I matched the frequency of having 150,000 followers. So every single video that I made was with intention. Every single video that I made was like conviction. And I was like, this is it. And I would just believe that I was already there. And with these YouTube videos, I'm very confident that not only people will see them down the line, but I'm talking to hundreds of thousands of people. And it might not show up right now, but I know for a fact, me just documenting the journey and just showing you guys kind of how this stuff plays out will be a testament to you guys as well. I'm not here just to uplift myself. I'm here to uplift you guys as well. If I wanted to just uplift myself, I wouldn't be recording content and looking at a freaking black lens right now and staring into an abyss. I wouldn't be doing that. I'm on here because I want to uplift you guys as well and show you guys that this isn't that far off. You're not that far off from it. I promise you, you're not. So that's why I want to show you guys how exactly this stuff is going to work and play out in my life as well. And just screw my life. Think about your life. Think about all the things you can do. Nothing is holding you back except for the things in between your two ears. There's so many limiting beliefs every single person has, and it's super annoying. I hate hearing limiting beliefs. It's an objection. It's a lot of different stuff. If you really want the life that you desire, you're going to have to spend the time crafting yourself and bringing the person who's already there into your life and understanding and focusing on what are they doing every single day. I'm making $100,000 a month. What the hell are you spending your time on? Are you watching Minecraft clips on YouTube? Or are you actually learning and implementing? Because I'm telling you, the person out there, the version of you that makes $100,000 a month, 6 figures a month, needs to be able to handle a lot of different things. It needs to be educated enough to handle a bunch of different activities and skills and tasks. And you're not going to get those skills by watching Minecraft on YouTube. And so what we have to understand is that you are already at the place. You just have to walk a few more steps. That's simply it. With that being said, you guys go check out Reality Transurfing. You guys go read. I'm reading this right now, Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza. This is a book that I've picked up for a while. I actually saw it when I was working at Barnes & Noble's a few years ago. I saw it. I never picked it up. I didn't even know who Joe Dispenza was. But I now do. Super cool guy, super great guy. With that being said, you guys, take it easy. And when nothing seems to be working out, that's when everything's about to hit. So, catch you guys in the next one.